They really are. You know, it's just been coming down for days. We still have several days to go, and it doesn't have a name, but it's still causing lots of problems across the state.
That's such a great point, right? You don't have to have a name system to cause problems, and we're clearly seeing that. And this is one of the things we want to continue to harp on is you don't need a name. You got to be talking about the impacts of these disturbances.
Yeah, especially with this type of tropical moisture. But Florida is not the only one dealing with the soggy mess in today's.
Oh, what a mess that we've got in place. And you know, Jen, as you look at the shot there are a couple stragglers that are on the beach. It's vacation season here for a lot of these folks, and it's like, what do? You don't just cancel it. You're
going and you're trying to make the most of it. And when you get these small little breaks in the rain, you run out to the beach. But you've got to be ready, because with these showers and storms come a lot of lightning strikes, and so you have to stay weather aware. If you hear the thunder or you see that radar on your phone and lightning's nearby, really have a safe place to go, because these showers are hit or miss. But as you can see right here, look at that in the Everglades, we are seeing a tornado warning. So we are seeing some spin ups with some of these showers and storms. They can turn severe, they can be dangerous at times, and so we are going to take this very seriously across the state of Florida. The tropical downpours still to come. Look at this. We could see an additional 8-9 inches of rain depending on where the heaviest downpours set up across the state, and that's really what we're going to see. Well, the rain will stop, it'll be light at times, but then you have these really heavy downpours set up, and just as we saw yesterday, we could see several inches of rain fall within an hour's time. So we're going to be watching this through, say, southeast Florida. This is Dade, Broward counties, and you can see that heavy rainfall at times just really inundating the area. Getting a brief break across Sarasota, which was hit hard yesterday, but still to come. We could see several more inches for this area. Traveling up to Tampa, St. Pete, could see some heavy rain there as well. Also, if you're trying to fly in and out of some of these airports, we could see some slowdowns when we see these heavy downpours as well. So we've got to take it easy and just take it as it comes, because we are expecting very heavy rain and the potential for flooding. Felicia, I know another area that's been very rainy has been Texas.
Answer. Max is one. No, I'm kidding. We still want to see your answers.
But that's a good one, Max. We appreciate that. And we'd love to hear from you as well. Keep the comments coming, and we'll continue to highlight them.
Yeah, we've got like this little cool break that we've
had over the weekend.
Yeah, around the Great Lakes in the Northeast, because it's not luckily going to be, you know, 112 degrees, but it's still going to be hot.
Yeah, compared to how it's all relative, right?
Exactly. If you're in Phoenix, you know, Phoenix is typically in the triple digits this time of year. It's just not this hot. We're above average. And I always like to remind people, when we're talking about 112, that's 112 in the shade. We talk about the temperatures in the shade. So it's going to be even hotter if you're out in the sun.
Yeah, it really is a dangerous heat, and it is spreading across a huge chunk of the Southwest, the West. Denver even hitting 94, Cedar City 94. We have excessive heat warnings, heat advisories in effect for a big chunk of the Southwest.
Yeah, so that excessive heat warning is a high level, but even this heat advisory that you have for portions of the San Joaquin Valley, you want to take that seriously. It's not one of those days where you're like, you know what I think I'm going to do for lunch? I'm going to hike.
Right. I'm going to go outside and just garden,
right.
You know,
No, you don't want to.
You want to take it easy, yeah. And this heat's going to be spilling east, even up into the northeast. Look at Boston, 85 degrees. Chicago hitting 90. This is the kind of weather where you actually hope for an afternoon storm or something, some cloud cover to kind of keep the temperatures a little cooler.
Cool it down a little bit, because man, that humidity is going to be checking in as well. Now, this is our scorching car scale. Goes to show you how quickly your car heats up in St. Louis. Tomorrow, your forecast is 95 degrees. That is above average. That's already strenuous on the body at 95, but after just 10 minutes in your car, 114, that becomes really dangerous.
Yeah, it is a dangerous heat. Make sure you check the back seat. Don't leave your pets in there, even for 5 minutes to run into the store quickly, because it gets hot very, very fast. And this heat, you can see it just kind of building as we get into the weekend, early part of the week, when we hit 154 million over 90 degrees.
Yeah, what I hate to see is that the same areas across the desert Southwest are staying in that same portions of Texas. And so that also adds to how dangerous the heat is, because at a certain point your body's like, hey, I just need one day of cooler air, and we're not getting that. So that heat risk starts to bump up.
Yeah, and a lot of these places, you know, are really not getting much relief overnight either, with that overnight temperature staying warm, which can make it even more dangerous. But look, especially in the southeast, seeing that major risk for the weekend with that heat, and it builds to the middle part of the country, Alex.
Keep that in mind.
Of the year, getting into the summer months, the monsoon kicking in here for us. And this term monsoon gets thrown around a lot, just a normal conversation. It'll be like maybe like a heavy rainstorm and people will say, man, it's raining like the monsoon. Well, we want to set the record straight on what the monsoon actually is.
There is an actual definition of the monsoon. It's the seasonal reversal of the prevailing winds, and that is what leads us to see that rain in a lot of these areas.
Absolutely. So you can have a wet period and a dry period, and we're getting ready to enter into that kind of wet period. We think about the monsoon in Asia, but there is a North American monsoon as well, and the peak of that is July and August, but the official beginning is actually June 15th. So how about Phoenix? This is a spot here that you can start to see the rainfall amounts really creep up, peaking as we get into July, but I mean, August is a wet month as well, and getting down into September as well.
Yeah, when you're talking about the heat that we've seen, you're probably just hoping for a little bit of rain. But as you can see, where this rain really jumps up for a city like, say, Tucson, a lot of these areas have lots of great hiking that people love to do too. And so it can get dangerous as well if you find yourself caught out in one of these monsoon storms, because it can lead to flooding too in some of those canyon areas.
Yeah, we'll certainly be talking more about how this is setting up. Hasn't quite gotten its